Alright, so the flows had some mixed bear accumulation, but obviously the flows were bullish because they move up. But yeah, there are some bears in there. This is a daily inefficiency. We just had one basically formed. But the only one that's really there is on YM. 4 hour, obviously we've just got 4 hour fair value gaps all the way up. So looks like this looks like a nice little pool of liquidity there. Basically the same thing on everything. So far the weekly candle has basically expanded to where you'd expect it to. Nasdaq's taking out all-time highs. ES about to do that. Russell though has some relative equal high liquidity with an inefficiency above it, and Dow Jones had that similar thing, but no inefficiencies, just an order block. And on the daily, yeah, it's just the high resistance liquidity. So yeah, we'll see if this reverses here, but so far we still have, an SMT with this March high. Maybe we can even just break it down to a monthly high if it took it. No, it didn't. Yeah, it didn't take that high. But it took this high. Oh, Dow just took that high. Okay. So yeah, it would be interesting if Russell actually comes and takes us out, because then I'd actually look for a possible short. But yeah, I mean, we're looking for ES to take that possibly. Otherwise, we just have inefficiencies on the downside. On the low, let's get a news. Just leave it up for now. Fix that later. Yeah, anyways, we had S&T here on this low, and then we had this low, and then some rough S&T on this low. Yeah, technically we took that low. So there was S&T here, so it makes sense we're delivering higher. So the next long would be the same thing. Yeah, seems like there could be a short moving in. Oh yeah, and then today we just have Pal speaking again all day. Let's refresh it just to make sure. Yeah, and then GDP tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, we do have an inefficiency here. Let's see if it's on everybody. Yeah, not here on Russell. So yeah, it actually seems like we have already tapped into that. Excuse me. So yeah, let's just look at the current range. This was yesterday's move. Excuse me. So Russell and ES moving higher. Um, so yeah, they're delivering their SMT. The relative strength. Is ES gonna reach? I don't know. Dow Jones has relative equal highs here too. Hughes has broken all-time highs. I need to check where Russell came from. So Russell had. I guess we just gotta. I just don't want to keep adjusting the charts. Right, so yeah, let move down. Um, yeah, Russell didn't get any S&T there. With line heading lower. It got it here, but we actually had it manipulate higher, so that was a short. And then here there was S&T. Boom, that led to that big move. And maybe there was some there, maybe. And then here there was some. So yeah, Russell needs to deliver to the high. Alright, so I'm bullish Russell. Yeah, Russell needs to deliver this. We're holding a lot of relative strength. So that makes me way more bullish on Russell, at least higher time frame, till that high. But at the same time, we're being really weak maybe more complex since this high came in. YM has taken out that high now though. So what's with the weakness here? Well, I think we just need some fuel. We got this move here. You can argue that this is the manipulation and then this was the real move we got. Now, yeah, we just need some SMT. Kilo. Alright, so what's going on here? Yeah, I have this low, come in, high, take out. So Russell's got some relative equal lows here. We get a sell-off, and YM takes out yesterday's AM low, then that would be really interesting. Since now it swept these relative equal highs. So we're looking at a really strong possibility that we could just reverse. And Russell's going to be a short. Dow Jones is going down. It's also going to go down. So yeah, this is a little confusing, but either way, we have NQES going higher, taking out this PM high. Dow Jones failing, so that means they've delivered that relative strength. So I think it is really likely that we could get a short here. We may even be, there may even be, like this may be the short right now, but we'll see. If it's going to be a short, I think we would want to come and take out London at least. Even better, Russell takes these highs out. Yeah. So I might take a short if Russell takes these out, and then yeah. We even got a small time frame like suit there. We have a reason for NQ to, at least pull back. We've got a reason for YM. ES. Matrix 5. Yeah. It's just taking out a high. Nothing crazy. Oh, yeah, relative equal highs there. Okay. So yeah, I mean, there's reason for everything to get a pullback at least. So yeah, I like to short this order block. So yeah, basically anything above London highs would be a nice possible short. At least down to these equal lows, possibly this PM low. So yeah, not too bad. Gonna set an alert. And the ES could, still quickly come up and gun for these highs. So I'm just gonna be watching Russell if we get some SMT. And I mean, you can see here we had this sell-off here. It's kind of the same thing. Everyone's gonna manipulate over the Dow. Dow's probably just gonna come into this inefficiency maybe. ES takes this high, or Russell takes a high, and then we get the short. At least just for intermediate term, these lows at least. But yeah. All right, that's about it. That's all I can see. Flows though, yeah, we had some put buying in SPY basically all day. There wasn't a lot of volume, so I have to keep that in mind. But the calls were being sold until just the end of the day they rallied. But in the flows, we also had put buying, so most of it was calls buying. And then in the Q's holdings, calls were actually negative all day except for into the close. So does seem like that supports at least a bit of a pullback, if anything.